Today we will going to watch review and Orisa. Let's read the Reddit text. Orisa Diva What? Hey, I am Orisa, main at bronze. I really want to improve so I can hit masters, but I can't really hit anything higher than silver 3. And I don't know what I'm doing wrong, so I want to ask for help. I would appreciate any tips and help, so please give me advice and tips you have and tell me what I'm doing wrong. That's what I'm gonna do. No one answered, replied yet. Map New Queen Street, Orisa Diva, thanks 1110. Name yo. Well, mood better for Orisa, but and the code. Okay. I am gonna review that game on my stream now. Link to highlight later. Okay, let's go, my dudes. Bronze horse. I have copied the wrong code. So I predict the horse is standing on main only and relying only on his cooldowns and not using any cover. Also, I think he is not running back and forth in zone, he's only running forward. These are my predictions. Let's see how right I am. Yep. Okay, let's go. Okay, so on this map, I have to say right away, so if you see your own team, who is Tim, you have Willow, Ash, Kiriko, Zenyatta. What do all these 4 characters have in common? Well, they want to shoot and spam at long range. They don't want to go and give kisses. They don't like getting kissed and hugs and snow. They want to shoot from a long distance rather and from off-angles and stuff. So the first thing I would consider is going high ground from here and just staying alive and not doing so much. But rather let the enemies run a little bit apart, so they're a little bit more isolated, and your team can get easier picks on isolated targets, more or less. So the thing is, if you run down here, the entire team can group up and attack you, and if you run up here, then the kind of Ryan will engage and others will try to find a position to get to you because Ryan engages and all those things. But if Ryan stays down here, your team can spread out and kill them for free. So that's the first thing I consider, because usually I see people running low ground too often and you do high ground. That is very, very well done. I'm already impressed. That is very strange. What happens in low SR that your team is fully ignoring you, not following the tank for no reason, because these guys have never played a game of Overwatch and they do not know to follow the tank. That happens. That's something you have to deal with in low SR. This is not strictly your mistake by default. Like this was a correct position to take, and this was correct reaction to see, oh, my team is not following me. But now you have to react onto your team not following you, because you will not win here without supports, while your enemy Ryan, Soldier, Moira have supports. You will lose this, okay? So you need to survive now as long as you can. This is your goal now, because you have seen, oh, my Kiriko is playing a single player game. One thing I would consider is pressing X for this is I need healing. Use the I need healing emote. You absolutely cannot engage the Reinhardt face to face. You can only waste Reinhardt's time the same amount that he wastes your time. So winning tank games has 2 components. One thing is outplaying them. The second component is using less resources than them. So if you use less resources, your team has more resources to heal the DPS, to position freely, to do different things. So you don't need to win the direct one-on-one against the tank. You can just outkite him. Why? Because he already has Moira support, who is doing not much. If not doing much to Reinhardt, they just run behind you, right? And so the Reinhardt, the Reaper is already fading out, so you can just survive. So I would not engage your face on, but just try to survive longer. But this is well done. Nice attempt to push them down. So you're doing the best here, and this pushes them back. This is well done. You survive long enough for Kiriko to react, so now you know Kiriko is reacting to you, which is good. And now you see the enemy tank is gone, so which means now you need to do stuff. And this is a little bit of mistake. The enemy tank dropped, so the high ground now is yours, which means you can either help your Zen against the Reaper Daichi, or you can push the soldier off of high ground. Both are very good goals. I would not shoot the Rhine here. Why? What is Rhine doing? It's actually quite obvious. Like, basically the same thing as this robot is doing. Like, they are exact same characters at this point. Like, Rhine is doing absolutely nothing. Like, he's not really, or shouldn't be able to block shots from Ashe. He doesn't block shots from Widow. He doesn't interrupt your Zen whatsoever. Like, they all do not care about this Rhine. Which means you also do not need to care about this Rhine. Shoot whatever else. Basically, literally every other target than Rhine is a better target now. Rhine is a fully close range target. He's not in the position to do anything. I would totally run into the soldier's face. Like, you can eliminate every DPS one-on-one. Make him run away. And you're a little bit scared of what to do. Decide for any direction and go in this direction. Like, at this point, even if you say, okay, now the Rhine's alone, I go and crush this Rhine, go for it, but go anywhere. Like, pushing the soldier is a better decision, but you kind of was a little bit slow. Like, you shot the soldier a little bit, so the enemy supports started to react, and now that they're here, you also start attacking the soldier because you hesitated. Like, it's better to decide, like, observe, orient, decide, act. It's a OW2 cycle. It's like you just decide and then you act. There is no pause in between. And it's better for you to make a wrong decision and act on the wrong decision, and then see in the watch review, oh, there was a wrong decision, than to hesitate and not decide whatsoever. Because now basically... How you know the aspect position? Very well, very well. Okay, not too bad. Yeah, it generally wasn't too bad.
My task is not yet finished. I'm sorry. They're progressing faster than anticipated.
Okay, now our composition is switched. Now we have a Junkrat Reaper instead. So now we can actually go for more close range, more tank pressure. Nice attempt. We take it. I wouldn't have used my skill here because you kind of want to face tank the enemy team a little bit while your Reaper and Junkrat want to do stuff. That is what Horse is good for. You don't have a shield. You have your swirling. You have your cooldowns. And you kind of will not get the kill on the Reaper here. It was kind of clear. The thing is, it's a little bit harder to explain. But basically, if you have your swirl now, you could just run around here and push the enemy right into your team, basically. So, for example, there's something you could do with your swirl, but you just don't have swirl now. You kind of remove this option. Well, you have it back, so it's not a big deal, really. Oh, the spear. Slightly a little bit too late, but good. Yeah, not too bad. In such situations, just as this is a small tip, the diamond payload. You shouldn't get out alive. If you do this only because you're on low elo or diamond payload. There's no value in surviving and staggering. Let's rather run to the opposite direction to distract them and give your teammates a chance to escape. They will not because they're bronze, but you see, you're now not contesting the payload. You will not get any kills. You see this, right? So there's no chance you get any kill here. But you're still getting hit, you're still giving enemy ult charge. You're basically wasting your own time right now. Wasting resources, cooldowns, whatever. Like, imagine now the enemy team would be a little bit better than bronze and actually start running into this room. They will just kill you out right away. And then you die right when your team is getting in position to fight. So you are basically staggering hardcore right now. This is very risky. You gain nothing for it. There's nothing you gain for it. Like, if teamfight is lost, just die in lost teamfights, basically. Okay. So you're trying to help the Bastion, and so you're running straight to Bastion. The thing is, you will not reach Bastion in time. So what's better here is to actually use Bastion's death to do something else. So the entire team is focused on Bastion, which means you have now free time to spear the Kiriko and damage her for cooldowns out. Would be a better time investment, because you will not save the Bastion anyway. But you can use his death, the time, he's taking the attention from enemies and dying to do something on your own. And that's the thing about bronze play. It's like there are always things like, oh, you need to create space, you need to hold space. But what does this mean? Well, it basically means that everyone who enters your space should die to your spear, basically. And that's why for bronze tanks, I usually recommend just get kills. Understand how you kill something, understand which combination of spear and shooting and headshotting and cover you need to kill something. And because that is the tool you need later to hold this space. You need to know, okay, if soldier runs past me, how do I actually kill him? How do I punish him actually? And then you have actual space. If you just have space on paper because you're standing in the correct position but you cannot kill anything, this space is kind of fake. Okay, good, but you need to kill something, and that's, you will not kill a Rhine. It's kind of okay that you play a little bit slow, in the sense that you have spawn advantage, so you're waiting for your Bastion to respawn more or less, or for enemies to make mistakes. This is good. So here I would have run through with spear. So if you go for this place, go all in. So really use the cooldowns to get through and really hammer the Kyrgios and use abilities, and then try to stabilize here again with your Fortify, with your nade, and then go back through right side or wherever your escape position would be. So kind of like half-hearted attempts are kinda, yeah, you're down to 200 HP without using a single cooldown. And while you survived, you didn't get punished, you used a lot of resources from your team for that, which means the rest of your team doesn't have these cooldowns now, as resources available to them. Again, you kinda always close to get a kill, but really not fully, so you really need to kind of all in a little bit more on the kills, really get something done, and not just stand in the center and awkwardly shoot in all directions at once. Really decide to try to really kill something, basically. So if you see this again, now Kiriko has spotted out, okay. You reset shortly, and now you should really reset, because you want to go for kills. So if you now you go in, but now your kill opportunity has gone. So kind of you went half-heartedly for the kill, then they teleported out, the opportunity was gone, and now you kind of go in. Well, you have this pressure on Moira, so it's kind of fine. But now you're stuck in center of them without cooldowns, and not have done much. So it's kind of, I don't know, it's like close, but not decisive enough. But honestly, a very good gameplay. I'm impressed this is bronze, I have to say, in general. So these mystics I usually start complaining about in Plat, honestly. This type of mistakes. Now in Diva, it's kind of a good pick for you, because on Diva this is amplified. You need to get something done. You cannot just stand in the main and do nothing, then you will just feed. And here it is. Here it is. Here is the biggest demonstration of your the wrongness of your mindset. What's wrong? Why we did not get kills on Orisa, or why you're struggling? Because look at this distance. How much damage will you do to a soldier on this distance? I think he has not lost a single point of HP from your shooting. Right, this is a soldier. Okay, so 140 HP, 7 HP, you did 7 damage, okay? But you kind of already exposed your position, used your defense matrix, lost more HP than he did. Like, how much HP do you lose just for picking the soldier? 100 HP. So you traded 100 HP to deal 7 damage, okay? And why is that? Because you shoot at 20-meter range. You do not engage. You stand there and shoot, so you kind of feel busy. So it feels like to you, oh, I'm doing something. But in reality, you are doing nothing, you are just feeding. And this is something you really need to investigate in your own gameplay. At which points are you actively trying to achieve a goal? Like, is your goal to kill the soldier? Like, just standing in the main is not a valid gameplay of Diva. More or less. So like now you can defense matrix a 5-strike, so you can go here, defense matrix a 5-strike, and then get out. This is viable, okay? So you remove that. But now you need to go and do something. And shooting from this on the shield is not doing anything. Look at your damage, look at your damage. You see the shield damage? Yeah, now you're getting closer. Now you see the damage ramping up. Now you see this. Look at this again. Look at the shield HP. 1100. slowly falling, and now you get closer, 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 and now you get really in the high damage. You see the last chunk was 60 damage just in one second gone. And this is the distance you want to fight in, right? And this is what you want to do on Orisa as well to some degree. It's basically the same problem, it just looks different because different ranges, but you kind of want to decide what are you going to do, and then you go and do it, like full-heartedly, not like half. Okay, decide to go for the kill on soldier. I will not criticize this decision now. So, just to start it, what I would have done instead is, one thing I would recommend here is if you go into situations like this, go into this position, go into high ground. Go to here, and then scout what is going on. Use cover to take less damage as you can, scout, 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 and then you see, oh, there is someone below me, so you just drop, shoot, force her teleport, and fly back into safety, okay? Then you, that's one cycle of doing something. Then you see, okay, Kyoko has ported out, where is she, who is alone? You see, oh, soldier is alone. Then you fly across in a smart manner, shoot the soldier, do something, survive here for 4 seconds with defense metrics, healing, and then fly back out, okay? And I want you to do the same on Orisa basically as well. Like, decide one target, go in with your abilities, and then get back out. You're shooting again, boost in. Decide what your goal is, and then boost in. Go for it. Like this. Boost in. Don't require it anymore, but... Okay. Now again, set up on high ground to scout. Man, it feels like you're doing something, but you're not doing anything. Like, you have really no purpose right now. Water has faded. Boost in her. Boost and end her. Like, zoop. Shoot. You don't want to face things the Rhine. Okay, so same tip more or less applies. They would not get out of the fight. The fight's still lost anyway. Especially now, don't go in. Go back and regroup. But okay. Not so... Nice. Take it.
Got the robot. Go, go, go.
Okay, but I think we will not see too much difference here. This is good. Full engage the soldier. Like, you really like to kill the soldier. You kind of know that you are able to kill him, and you really go for it. And this is how every attempt of you to kill anything should look like. Do you hesitate again? Like, boost is available. Boost! What are you waiting for? Steal his suspect. Like, fly across, steal his health pack. Position here, continue shooting from his escape path, so he has to run through you or back to your team. So you wasted of course a lot of time for the soldier. Another thing is that the soldier, here at this point, the soldier is out of the fight. Because you have a soldier, you have so now you can think about going back to your team. So you have, like, for a few seconds, bigger team advantage. Okay, this is good as well. You have to get out. It's very good, very good. Okay, flying face first into Rhine. What was the problem? The problem is you didn't scout. You get out here, you have no information about whatsoever, and you just boost before you see anything. Information first, decision later. Observe, orient, decide, act. Always observe first. See what's going on. good decisions are based on good information. You don't have any information whatsoever. You just put out and you land into in the center of the enemy team without your team. So this is just pure feeding. And even if you survive, you might use the cooldown for this, and you're kind of shooting the Rhine. Why are you not killing anything? Why are you shooting the Rhine? Kill something! Okay, nice attempt. Squished. Okay, died it. Okay, you go to the correct position, but because there was an enemy, and you kind of missed the 5 HP soldier just running by. Why are you shooting Rhine? Why do you care about Rhine? He's already only shielding up, he's not in the fight. Kill a squishy. Kill something. Don't kill something. Like, even if it would be Orisa, I would recommend you to drop, to scout what is there, drop and kill something, either Kiriko or soldier, or kill pressure them, which would make Rhine come back, which would make Kiriko use cooldowns, and then run back to your team with your cooldowns, in this case. So just put the kill pressure up. Including Rhine, they can just ignore you. Like, Rhine doesn't need to do anything against you, he can just walk past you into your team, like, they can just fully ignore you, they don't need to care. Oh, except of course they're blocking the robot, which is a nice move. But still, I would prefer to kill enemies, not block the robot. Okay. But no, not bad start. You baited the Rhine to overextend into you. Was good. Worked out for you. The thing is, you want to add this killing stuff into your toolkit. Like the rest of the toolkit seems really fine. So like your playing in general seems really good. Really good. So I think you will rank up anyway. But for training purposes, I suggest that you try to kill stuff. Like, there was a Kiriko right side, but you engage the Rhine with a weird boost. Like, just fly up here, scout where's the squishy, you can nom nom nom, and then go in nom. Okay. Electing the soldier, I take it. So basically, you kind of want to constantly force the enemies into reacting to you. But I think this is will be all for this tank gameplay, because I think the main mistakes will repeat themselves. Also, I think if you work on your decisiveness, you will climb really a lot. So well played. I hope this tips help you. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask, either on Reddit or of course in the comment section on whatever platform you are seeing this. And thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye bye.